and place, so calling WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's all we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that will be happen like I got blue skies. And nothing make people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place, so calling WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play a role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time? Calling is a show. It no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place, so calling WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's all we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that will be happen like I got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place, so calling WB.
morning, Belize. Welcome to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for today, Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025. We hope that you are getting a beautiful start to your day. We are glad you're there with we. Whether it is they listen to Creme Radio, to watch XTV, or you've got our social media streams, which are all functioning this morning, I would like to very happily add. We also available again our apps. So we also have simulcast coverage that goes on weekday mornings, of course. This is The Conversation, Belize's premier morning conversation. I'm Mose, Hyde, and I'll be your host today. We hope you have great health, energy is high, vibration is positive, and that you got enough space, flexibility, that you will not only be a spectator, but you are actually going to take that big, bold step and jump in. You know, we don't just start right away with the conversation. We've got the preliminaries, which consists of a bit of news. We've got a morning news update from our news team. We also have a weather forecast. And for that information, we turn to the National Meteorological Service, and we've got forecaster Crystal Gonzalez to tell us what's going on with Wednesday.
A cold front is affecting the country today. The 24-hour forecast: skies will be mostly cloudy with isolated showers or light rain developing and slightly more expected offshore and over the south. And then high tides for today will reach around 78 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 80 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and 68 degrees Fahrenheit in the mountains. For tonight, low temperatures will reach around 68 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 64 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and then 61 degrees Fahrenheit in the hills. Winds over the open sea will be from the north to northwest at 10 to 20 knots and occasionally higher gusts. Sea conditions will be choppy to rough. So please note that operators of small crafts are advised to exercise caution. And then low tides occur at 9:33 this morning and at 11:52 tonight. High tides at 3:41 this afternoon and then at 5:57 tomorrow morning. The moon will set at 11:54 this morning and rise at 1:12 tomorrow morning, and then sunrise is at 6:26 this morning and sunset at 5:42 this evening. The extended forecast for Thursday and Thursday night: skies will be variably cloudy with windy and cool conditions. A few showers or periods of rain will occur mostly offshore and over some coastal areas. And in the sargassum update, there is a small chance that a few sargassum mats could affect coastal destinations. However, impacts are expected to remain minimal. And this has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1980. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
And now news. Currently, there is no Chief Registrar at the senior courts, and Chief Justice Honorable Louise Blenman is hoping that the budget to hire one will be allocated in fiscal year 2025-2026. She has also pointed to other human resource challenges within the judiciary. She is credited with having implemented or paved the way for significant changes to make the delivery of justice more efficient since assuming the top post in the judiciary in September 2022. As it relates to the human resources aspect of the court, Chief Justice Blenman is now looking at having an administration plan crafted for the senior courts. For the non-contentious aspects of the work of the court, she has set her sights on having artificial intelligence software introduced next year, following ethical guidelines, of course.
Further changes and increased efficiency in our registry and the courts are to be expected in 2025. We have crafted a draft court administration plan, recognizing the need for a professional administration plan, which would enable legally trained staff to focus on law-related matters. With the support from PACE Justice Program We are hoping to have a consultant with the requisite expertise in court administration assist us in finalizing our in-house developed court administration plan. It cannot be overstated that any modern judiciary requires a court administrator to manage non-law aspects of our courts effectively and efficiently. In the upcoming year, we will explore the possibility of having our registry completely digitalized, including the probate division. We're hoping to ethically explore the use of artificial intelligence system software to deal with non-contentious aspects of the court's work. This should alleviate some of the human resource challenges that we face.
During the ceremonial opening of the senior courts of Belize on Monday in Belize City, Attorney General Anthony Sylvester announced that the Bicentennial administration will introduce additional legislation this year with a view to continue the transformation of the judiciary and make the provision of justice more efficient. One of them is a new magistrates bill to replace outdated legislation currently spread across several pieces of legislation. Sylvester explained that the work started 2 years ago under his predecessor, Senior Counsel Magali Marin Young. He also thanked the United States government, which provided funding to hire a specialist drafter.
There are currently 4 main legislations that govern the magistracy. This poses challenges for the users of this very important court, at times even for the judicial officers who preside over matters. In addition, these legislations are outdated as they were enacted about 70 years ago, and since then there has been little to no amendments to them. The language in this legislation is archaic, and the drafting style does not reflect modern trends of drafting, in particular gender-neutral references and simpler language. Although we have become more technologically advanced as a nation, these legislations have not progressed with the technological advancement in today's society, as they do not provide for the use of technology to record evidence, conduct hearings, serve documents, and manage cases, which could allow the court to save time and costs, be more efficient, and ultimately contribute to a reduction of the backlog of cases. And this new bill, amongst other things, proposes to introduce audio or video recording as a mode of recording evidence in the court, to introduce virtual hearing, to harmonize the scale of imprisonment, and to remove the requirement for consent of a defendant for hybrid offenses to be tried summarily. Similarly, this new bill proposes to have a specialized division with the municipal court, therefore requiring staff of the municipal court, like staff of the magistrate court, to be employed by the Public Service Commission.
Also to be introduced is a new families bill. Likewise, the intention is to bring all matters related to families and children and the administration of the court into one legislation.
Currently, there are 3 legislations which set out a majority of the laws governing matters with respect to families and children, as well as the jurisdiction, powers, staff, and procedure of the family court. These legislations are used daily by the magistrates at the family court, who have the unenviable task of having to sieve through them to understand their jurisdiction. The laws being laid out in several legislation also makes it difficult for persons who represent themselves at the family court, as they are often oblivious to the matters that these legislations cover, which then results in those persons being unaware of their rights and any remedies they may seek. Currently, the Family Courts Act does not permit virtual hearings to be conducted. This is unfortunate, as virtual hearings would save the court and its participants, including litigants, witnesses, and attorneys at law, time and cost by allowing them to attend hearing without the need to be physically present in the courtroom. This would be especially beneficial to persons who live in remote areas or those with mobility issues. Laws which address the unique challenges and needs of older persons are crucial for ensuring the safety, dignity, and well-being of older persons. However, in Belize, there is currently no legislation that specifically provides for the protection and welfare of older persons. Accordingly, the rights and needs of older persons are often overlooked. Without legal safeguards in place, the determination of standard of care and maintenance that an older person receives is vastly left up to the family of the older person or the care facility in which the older person resides. This is concerning as older persons, especially those who are physically frail or financially dependent, are vulnerable to physical, psychological, sexual, and economic abuse, neglect, and exploitation. Consequently, the new Families Bill is proposed, which seeks to consolidate the existing laws in one legislation to allow for ease of use and efficiency.
Yet a third new piece of legislation to be introduced has to do with bail granted to an accused.
As is well known, the right to bail is an important right of a defendant. This is predicated on principles that no person should be punished for a crime before his guilt has been established or admitted. The consideration and determination of whether a defendant ought to be granted bail is thus of great significance to the defendant, his family, and the society at large. Currently, the provisions that govern bail are found in 6 pieces of legislation. Having so many different pieces of legislation that governs the same issue is therefore counterproductive, as it may become difficult to discern how the law operates. Having a single piece of legislation on bail therefore improves unity and cohesion and makes the law easier to understand. In addition to centralizing the provisions relating to bail, this new act will introduce some much needed features in bail proceedings, some of which includes an appeals process against a decision refusing bail, a process that allows for the revision of a decision on bail, the requirement that the deciding official shall provide reasons in considering a bail application, and a comprehensive list of factors that a deciding official shall consider when determining a bail application.
Also to be enacted this year is an amendment to the Legal Profession Act based on proposals made by the Bar Association and the General Legal Counsel. The northern 2024-2025 sugar crop season is nearing a month of production, and we have already reported on the significant challenges cane farmers are facing to get quality sugar cane to the mill. ASR Executive McCullen, the Vice President of International Relations, says he expects significant losses this year, not only because farmers have had difficulties accessing their cane due to the bad state of sugar roads, but also due to the quality of the cane because of climate-related factors.
We're having to deal with a lot of that sub-quality cane at the moment. Obviously it's rained. We've seen some of the highest mud levels we've ever had coming into the factory. That always slows the factory, and it decreases the quality of the cane you're receiving, which has a direct impact on the amount of sugar you make. And of course, we pay farmers on the basis of the sugar in the cane. And then finally, we've had the fusarium disease, which also has had a bit of an impact. But I'm assured from some of our experts who've been out in the fields that there is good quality cane out there. Okay. They've been doing cane testing. At the moment, we're a good 2 points below where we should be, really, on the purity of our cane coming in, which is not good. That affects the TCTS, the tons of cane it takes to produce a ton of sugar, and it affects the amount of sugar that can be made. And as it stands, we don't have enough cane for this mill. This has been a perennial problem in recent years, which means that the mill is looking at significant losses this year. Unsustainable losses. And what we I would encourage the farmers. I've seen actually that the purity is improving, so thank you to the farmers for really trying to help. This is definitely an industry issue. It's one we have to work together, try to bring as clean and fresh cane as possible. Please don't overburn, especially when we know it's going to rain, because we can anticipate the mill running a little slower when it gets more mud coming in. Please ensure that you're only burning and cutting what you need to bring in for that next round. And let's try and, as I say, encouraged by an improvement in the poll in recent days. We're managing the situation with all this very, very poor quality cane the best way we can. And I'm very proud of our mill for doing that. They're really working very hard to ensure we can continue to mill. And so, I thank you to the farmers for trying to improve the quality, and please continue. Look for the right, mature cane and ensure that it's fresh cane and clean cane coming into the factory, please.
Former police officer 37-year-old Santiago Siao Jr. had been in the news last year due to his fight to receive invalidity benefits from the Social Security Board. Siao passed away in October 2024. The SSB ruled that he did not qualify for invalidity benefits. The Commissioner of Police, Chester Williams, Monday shared what, if any, benefits were provided by the Belize Police Department to the officer.
When a person goes off medically unfit, they go through a board that is constituted by the Social Security Board. That board do have doctors who will be there to determine the person's physical ability to continue or not to continue working in the public service. Mr. Siao had gone through that process and was declared medically unfit. So he had therefore went off as a police officer. When a person who had gone off as a police officer died, the police do not take up the responsibility of burying that person. It then falls on their family members to be able to stand the funeral expenses. So we offer little to no assistance to the family in that matter, except to have provided some support in terms of sending police officers to the funeral, because they do have a number of them who are police officers still. The Siao family are known police officers. Almost every one of them have joined police, including their father. So we offer that support to them as much as we could have.
And that brings us to the end of this morning news update. We take a small break, and when we return, we shall begin our conversation. You're listening to Creme Radio, you're watching XTV. We'll be right back.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. The news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports.
right, welcome back. This is Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose, Hyde, hosting today, Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025, and we are now open for business. Certainly open for business. That means that you could just call. That's all it takes, and you are activated as a participant inside Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. And we don't stop you or tell you what you for talk about, as long as you do it properly and decently. We good. The number to call is 280-5848. That's the direct line for you to participate in the conversation. We hope that you will take advantage of this opportunity before we run out of Wednesday morning time, right? We got a limited time. We are available, of course, back on full social media streams, which means that you can get us back on YouTube, XTV Believes, and we want you to show your commitment, right? Yeah, show your commitment by subscribing. Just find the subscribe button for YouTube and subscribe. That strengthens we, and when you strengthen we could then strengthen you. So this is your part that you play, and before, we want you to do it now. End of story. Make it short and sweet. We want you to do it now. All right? This is WUB time. Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a lot of stuff. Firstly, we can't normalize outrageous and tragic occurrences and incidents by Navin Sessoning about it. That, to my mind, is to that would be a serious case of failure for the duty. But we have one call. Krem, good morning, WUB. Krem, good morning, WUB. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good.
Greetings in the name of the Most High Balamo.
Yes, sir.
Greetings, Grandma. You know, the people's voice of our life college, because it's the only station I know that truly respect the rights of the people, the oppressed. I want to discuss or just bring up the second barrel that called a couple times in regards to the situation in Belize with having so much foreign domination when it comes to business. And he mentioned 3 different nationalities. And something I've been watching for, I would say, the past 30 years or more, that I traveled to Latin America, to US, to many countries. I was a sailor at one time for several years. I traveled a lot of places, and I noticed that in every country I travel, at least 25 or more countries and ports, there's a lot of influence of foreign business, but there's not a monopoly, and that's the thing that always mattered me in Belize. You go to any country I've been before, through all Latin America, Central America, South America, Pacific, Atlantic, etc., Panama, I traveled many times, I never see foreign domination almost to 90 or more percent as I see it in Belize. So then I say, why is it that you keep saying, keep the dollars in Belize, keep the dollars in Belize, when most of the money is controlled by foreign business people, right? So that brother is right. Then another thing he says in regard to the Mayan people, I have nothing against the Mayan people. I live amongst different Mayans around Central America, Mexico, etc. But I noticed exactly what he said. We always keep calling these people our brothers and our brother, but I never recall they call me their brother. I never recall they doing nothing towards me, and I've been at least in 15 Mayan different tribes around Central America, Mexico, Guatemala, all down all the way to Panama, and even Peru. I know I am fluent in Spanish. And I remember, they accept me as a human being, they accept me as anything else except their brother. Because they made the distinction that I am different from them. See? I am black, I am African descendant, etc. So I said, why we keep saying our brother this, our brother that? And then the man was right. When you try to go to any Mayan land in Belize, it's not as easy as when many people come to Belize. And now I will close because maybe you want to do something else or say something else. But I also have noticed when a district person comes to Belize City, he claims all rights because this is a Belizean. But when a Belize City, specifically closed person, goes to any district, they remind him that he is not from that district. I experienced that around the country. Men going to the Keys specifically, they remind you that you are not from that key or you are not from that district. Yeah. You are from Belize City, now I will go back to Belize City and will find you living there. But when they come into Belize City, they have full right because the first thing they have, I'm a Belizean. But anyway, with that, I close because maybe somebody needs to call or you have something to say. Respect one love.
Respect, brother. This is WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Telephone number 280-5848. I just want to finish up what I feel is, or what I know to be duty. We spoke when 2025 began. One of our first conversations that we had here was regarding the conversation about murder statistics and the whole debate about the improvement, the fact that murders were brought down, I believe, in 2023 to about 89 persons, or I think thereabouts, or 88, and then in 2024 it was about 89. It's disputed. I believe I saw an exchange between Channel 7's Jules Vasquez and the commissioner about whether the 89 or 90 or 91. Either way, there is this sense, and the official folks coming forward to say, you know, we're doing, some things are working. We don't have 125 murders. In some years past, we've gone way past 100. And every life saved is incredibly important, and a human life is valuable, priceless. So every time there is work done to control a spiraling violence, spiraling cycles of revenge and retaliation, that's important work. We don't disrespect that. But at the same time, what we won't do is for us to normalize the fact that this is about what we do. 90, 100. This is how many people get murdered annually, and it has so consistently been over 100 that when we get it below 100, we have this moment of almost, I wouldn't say celebration, but of course we've seen people, you know, try to make it into an outstanding achievement. Like I said, I am not dismissing work that is done to save lives, but we have to recognize the fact that we exist in a space where violence is the order of the day. And so we have now even created this annual ritual where the news media will report on the very first murder is, it's a wrapped up. First murder for the new year. And that's a thing. In the case of 2025, at the time, the first person murdered was middle-aged fisher folk out on Turniff. Found with 2 shots in the head, and no suspects, no arrests, no story to go with that. Probably there are those who are closer to that story that have some idea of what could have led to that, but the general public, that story is gone, it's done, we're off that, because you don't have a time before something else happens. And so, I don't know where we are already, we're in January, and I believe that we're probably already 6 or 7 murders deep already. With the latest murder actually initially rumored to be some kind of murder-suicide. That was what the initial little rumor thing, and all these, everybody is rushing to put a story on Facebook, have all these quote-unquote news sites on Facebook, and there's a rush to put out. There's no restraint. Just get it out, get a story. And so that was initially what seemed to be bubbling. And then yesterday, you get the information, and because of calls that we got, I was unable to report that information had come in from a post from the commissioner that this was not, that it's erroneously being reporting that this is some kind of murder-suicide, and that the police has never said that, and that as far as the police is concerned, they're investigating this as a double murder, and they believe that there is a suspect, or they have a suspect, or is somebody who is a suspect that they're interested in. That was yesterday morning, and then of course the story is fleshed out subsequently in the evening. And then we find out, we see the faces slain, and then we hear possible motives. And we are going to just proceed and go on, because within the next couple of days, there is going to be another murder that's going to take place as the thing to talk about. Or maybe not even to talk about, because there's not a lot of talking going on about the fact that a young couple, parents of a 10-year-old child, no involved in no kind of criminal activity based on every report we hear. This is your classic Belizean 2025 family living rural Belize, employed, working, building a life, a model family unit, working through it as young people, 40 and 37, to me, young, building a family, the essence of what you want to build communities and to this is the engine. This is the engine of stability here. And obviously, they've been together 10 years, and they were not involved in some kind of double role as, hardworking people at day, drug dealers at night. Not affiliated with any street crew, not linked in with that, nothing of the sort. Just one money situation. One news outlet reporting the possibility that they paid for a vehicle that they never got, and were, as any of us would be, try find out, well, where they go on. At least this is what one media outlet is putting out. This is not confirmed, but this is just whatever the case, generally what the police say, some kind of quarrel over money, and they get hit the way how they hit some kind of mafia leader, like then get set up and very efficiently just get slaughtered and left with the gun in the vehicle. By most people's assessment of the situation, it's what they call a contract hit. Welcome to 2025. Welcome to 2025 Belize. We cannot participate in the normalizing of that. You cannot just pretend like that never happened. Like, oh, well, that's just what happens. You raise your voice about your money, your situation go bad. Listen, where we are reaching a point, where people start advertise their services for contract hits. Like, we start take ads for that? No. It's like, well, have a problem, call 610 something 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 for efficient elimination of your problem, because that's what they go on, that they will live. Krem, good morning, WB.
Good morning, Mose.
Yes.
I only got 30-second call before I go to my class to teach. It seems that we just don't have a good CSI forensic program when it comes to investigating murder. For example, for those two people yesterday or day before yesterday, they got to a crime scene and they just moved the vehicle without even doing any type of forensic evidence or testing at the crime scene. I think you guys have a lack of forensics, like doing DNA around the house and checking for fingerprints. It seems like you guys don't have a type of solution in Belize. But my auntie, for example, one of her nephews is missing in that rural village in Belize City. Door open, the stove is on, it disappeared. I mean, what do they do when they get to a crime scene? Do they do fingerprints, DNA, look for, stuff around the house? It seems like they leave the place without even doing any type of investigation, They need to upgrade their forensic evidence testing when it comes to Belize. But anyway, I got to go teach. I'll listen to you off the air, but yeah.
I know that there's been development of the forensic capacity. We have qualified people who are part of that. I believe recently the forensic headquarters was moved. I believe I saw a report of that from Ladyville area and might have gone to Belmopan. Something like that is in my memory. I obviously, forensics and the ability to use forensics begins right there, and you need to have a protected chain of protection and the acquisition of every available forensic detail that can help. And there's been improvement, no doubt. I feel that more and more investment has to be made in the human resources and in the resources available to those who work and who are professionally trained to enable them. Obviously, that's an important part of being able to hold people accountable. What undoubtedly one has to say, we had a situation, again, a part to begin 2025. You know, the organizing, it might seem to you like it's some kind of ABC thing to just kill someone. It requires organization and execution. To kill someone, for example, as what was done right here in our street, where they're in their vehicle, and you can check the news of that becoming a hot trend. God, it's real. These things have become trends. Like, the new thing now is to kill someone in their vehicle. Like, and we have become good at it. Like your trail, they move up and they know where to shoot in that vehicle. People are killed even though their vehicles have tint and no. We get our person. We wish we were as efficient with killing in other aspects of our community making. But we efficient. We have become good. And that's not good. Because now you obviously have people who are, I mean, the possibility seems very high that you have individuals who are operating, who are engaged in some kind of professional space, who are comfortable with the thought that if we have an ongoing dispute, where if I have a dispute, something with some business and some money or something or whatever, like what we do is we go to court and we get some, you try again a little liar and you see how you resolve it. Like that's what we have to do. But an option in 2025 that is now available to you is to call the human delete services. Like there are human delete services available to you. And you make that call, that human or humans get deleted. That's 2025 Belize. So I hear you, it's like we hear, the whole effort to say, listen, we are doing this, we're doing that, the number, we try control the number and blah, 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 blah. And we have to continue to do the work. We have to continue, but not reach a point where we try to paint over how ugly it is. As uncomfortable as that is, as inconvenient as that is, we have to call it what it is. We have to not pretty up on things. We're in a small country. Many of us are related and even know it. Like, you never stop meet one new family member that believes. Like, I don't know, that's my experience. Like, I'm 53 years old, and every now and then I want to meet somebody when I tell me how me and then a cousin, and I'm like, yeah, true, I know that person, I hear that name there. Oh, whoa, okay, family. Like that is real, that happens here. That's beliefs for you. Sometimes, hey, go call. Krem, good morning, WUB.
Yeah, Mose.
Yeah.
This forensic thing.
Yeah, boss.
You know about, you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You know about 5 or 7 years ago, Belizean taxpayers financed the training in a forensics our Belizean, and he take the credentials and leave the states. Remember that?
I remember that.
Remind the people about that, brother, because he wasn't matter of fact, his father at various times had acted as the Governor General. I knew them well. The father, no? And unless, what will you talk about forensics for? We don't send somebody.
Yeah.
And if we send somebody else and they come from one of the Hyde family, they do the same thing. Because they make big money compared to when they make here.
Yeah. We do.
That's how well man they compare, you know, youth.
I don't know how youth, but
Take care.
everything is, yes, I. Yeah, that was quite a story at the time. And that, I think, is a challenge, not just in forensics, but again, we do have people who have gotten their training and who are here and who are doing their best and doing lots of work. And so we big that up, got great respect for that. I think the point that you raised, and about, I know the another side of that coin, old man, is that I know about a number of individuals who invested their own money to study and get degrees in criminology. I know of at least 3 or 4, and none of them have been employed, have been unable to get a job. For example, I know, I can give you a specific example. My good friend Matthew's daughter has a degree in criminology, and her applications were turned down. Now she's prominent and being an extraordinary curator at the museum, big respect, but her investment in her career was criminology. And through that, I know that there are several other persons who have done similar, but we don't seem to have any interest in having them a part of, the law and order team. That's, there is no, for example, there's nobody that, and this is again not to disparage our brothers and sisters who are attorneys, but you go and you study law and criminal law, there is space for you to be successful as a defense attorney, and that's how our system works. We need to have defense attorneys, but the law and order team, enforcement, and our ability to hold people accountable who have done certain actions, to find them and hold them accountable, that needs to be empowered. That team needs to be strengthened and nourished, supported. That's a part of the problem, of course. But 20 years ago, a young couple getting murdered at the junction of Crooked Tree Road, a 10-year-old son. And the son left orphaned in a blink of an eye, in a very meticulous, organized contract hit. That child is orphaned. A life-altering flash, blam! Just as the little girl in Belmopan with her mother, father, uncle, in a flash, in the middle of the night, hail of bullets on Christmas Eve. Done. That's Belize. That cannot be normalized here. 20 years ago, something like that happens, we would spend maybe at least 2 or 3 days talking about that, mourning that fact. Only people with mourn, we can't even hear them, the family members, they're crying out. And we saw a couple of friends come out and just say, yo, these were good people. These were Decent people, decent. They follow the script of how you have to try make it, keep their head down, stay out of this, stay from that, not do that, da. The big mistake. Apparently, that we're going to try buy one car. So, sorry, I was feeling amongst all the things, right? Preoccupied. The billionaire who own half of the country, his preoccupation is with this the political. It's shameful, the political situation. We the financiers, we don't know we don't have to spend the money again. This is his dilemma. 2025. In the same news cycle, the big dilemma, the big concern, the big headache, the big stress for the billionaire who run half of the country. You know, we are putting money for who are supporting. We have hard-working couples to get ahead, blasted open over one, potentially, possibly over one vehicle transaction. Human delete services available for you now. You gone. That is not what concerns them, apparently. What troubles, what traumatizes them is that we don't know if we put with money for control Belize. That's his trauma. That they cause him sleepless nights, apparently. We upside it down. Hard-working young brother and his wife get put in the ground in the next couple of days. I'm a 10-year-old child and grew up without mommy and daddy. Happy New Year's, Belize. We're going to 2 cents scam and come back. All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, Wednesday morning, the 22nd of January, 2025. Mose Hyde hosting on this Wednesday morning. And rules still apply. The phone is the boss. The number is yours. You call when you're ready. It's 280-5848. That's the way it works. So, as I mentioned before we went to break, we have the billionaire boss of things around here, but we have a call. Krem, good morning, WB.
Good morning, Mose. This is Sandra first. I brought up this problem of Greenland and the whole issue of the climate problem and withdrawal from the climate agreement. I also mentioned the withdrawal from the WHO by the United States of America as one of the first among the first acts performed by the incoming president. Well, add to that now an executive order that suspends foreign aid for the next 90 days. Now, in your report this morning, you all reported that sugar production is not going to be at the level, I presume, of last year. Is that right or wrong?
That's what they're saying, yeah.
And I didn't need the gentleman to tell me it was planned, it had a lot to do with it, but he confirmed that it had a lot to do with it. Probably everything to do with it. So the quality of the cane is down, therefore the sugar extraction is down. Therefore, what's the logical outcome of that formula, Mose?
Money and down.
Exactly, money will be down. Now, if we in the Caribbean believe, you say I don't worry about what other people do, you know. If you know the right thing to do, you start eating the way. You're going to have problems because the Caribbean, like most humans, join winners. Now here we are, we depend on sugar. 500 years after 1492, sugar is at the top of our list. You didn't also agree with me when I said we entered the age of the plantocracy rather late. We were first the forestocracy. When everybody was giving up being the plantocracy, we decided we want a plantocracy. So we have a plantocracy. I don't care what it is. So here we are going sugar, and sugar is extremely important to our national income. So, but it's not only sugar, Mose. While that is for commercial sales, we need to deal with our food production for food security. Are we going to do that in a world where the climate will be shifting radically and the tropical area will be shifting even more? The heat will be getting more. Because if Greenland is going to be warming up, and that's at the North Pole, and Antarctica is warming up, what do you think is going to happen at the center of the planet? It's going to be heating up more than those places are heating up.
Yeah, be a frying pan.
Exactly. Some time ago, they ran an item, I think it was on 60 Minutes, where they were discussing the growing of grapes in Great Britain and Great Britain's production of wine. And that Her Majesty had served British wine at Buckingham Palace for some grand dinner. That is phenomenal. Britain was way above the latitude to produce wine from grapes. Yes, because of the Atlantic Gulf Stream, the countries in the bordering the Atlantic, both on the western and eastern side, experience milder winters than, let's say, the interior of Europe. But for damn sure, they didn't have the kind of climate that could grow grapes. And because the weather is changing, the climate is changing more. Within the grape growing, the traditional grape growing countries, the wine producing countries like France and Greece, they have had to change the kind of grapes they are growing in order to accommodate the warming of the areas where grapes are grown. So this is no party, and if the northern countries are the countries where they couldn't grow neither Mediterranean crops, which you can cut up the grapes, North African kind of going to the growing crop because they support the rate at which they're going. Well, what will we be growing more? What will we be growing? We don't have the money, we don't have the dedication to research, to be researching alternative crops to meet the changing climatic landscape. We don't do that. And maybe if we want to do it, we won't have the money because but we need to secure our income. We can't afford to not have our own income no more. As far as I am concerned, we cannot afford to. You see, we have made up by begging. So our politicians have used the National Treasury to bankroll their ascent to wealth and power and influence. And they made up the difference for the community by a little begging here and a little begging there, and we do it out a lot, and we have very poor delivery services. Extremely poor. But you won't be able to beg. That suspension of poverty tells you that you won't be able to turn to them. They are going to place a chokehold now on, they're turning off the tap. They're turning off the faucet. So we're going to get the liquid coming off the water that you need to drink. You won't be able to get it. Mm-hmm. Then, though that's not bad enough, they have withdrawn from the WHO, which then places the entire planet and themselves too, but by virtue of themselves and they place us in extreme danger from illnesses that are global in scope and extent. And we are a people who depend on tourism. What does tourism depend on? Not travel more? Mm-hmm. And aren't our customers coming out of North America, the United States in particular, where these are people who do an inordinate amount of travel here, there, and everywhere, and pick up sickness all over the place. Look at the amount of people who died in the pandemic in the United States, man. There, though that were not bad enough, you had a national squabble about how to deal with the pandemic. If I recall rightly, didn't the incoming president at one point associate Clorox as an antidote to the corona? Is that, am I right or wrong in that memory?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, Clorox, you know. So don't you see more the utter need for us to get serious, to work, to let us start with tourism. Aren't we going to make a national decision on how we are going to deal with tourists coming out of countries that have no connection to the WHO? Because probably other countries may follow. I don't know. I don't think they will practice such bad sense, but you don't know. So, what are we going to do? Because our people will be extremely vulnerable. We are not eating the amount of oranges as I speak. We are not getting the amount of citrus fruit that we need to build vitamin C in our bodies to provide disease immunity. We are not getting that. Not to mention the other things that vitamin C are needed for. We are not getting that. Oranges are at $4 for $1, and grapefruits, by the way, are at $3 for $2. We are not getting the potassium you need. A lot of because of the cost. Bananas last week were at $6 for $1. Tomatoes, everything is so our people don't have the resources they once had. They don't have it anymore. Their protein intake is poor, extremely poor. So if we are going to be dealing with people whose money are in desperate need of, then don't you think more that we need to sit down and work out a proper health plan for dealing with a plan based on global health principles, for dealing with foreigners coming into this country, in view of the fact that a set of those foreigners have withdrawn from the agreed upon mechanism. It's the U.S. that set the WHO in place, Mose. They're letting it. So now they're withdrawing, and we're withdrawing their money, which equals between 1/5 and 1/6 of the budget. Now, I am not advocating that the WHO is the best known organization in the world at all. Not at all. But it is a place where humanity comes together and discusses and works out the analysis and solutions. You can't beat that for solutions. No.
They're essentially it's a signal of the dismantling. It's the most obvious signal that whatever order existed and for however long it existed, that it's being dismantled.
Yes.
And when that is being dismantled, you don't know what is going to be put in its place, but what you do know is that you better make sure that you got your own paddle for your doorway.
Exactly.
So,
because what is going to happen is,
and I think unfortunately, let me just put this in, Ms. Corey, just quickly, because I want to say this point before we go to break, that we cannot expect that you are going to get a proper analysis of the decisions that are being made by watching CNN or watching any of the popular media networks that come out of America. They are circling the wagons and locking in behind their president. To the point.
What I told a friend just a while ago. Do you realize that the figures on sickness will not be reported?
And the point, one of the more obvious things that happened, so Elon Musk at the inauguration celebration made an obvious Nazi sign. And the American media has been quick to try to say, no, that's not what he did. It's not possible that... They are in full damage control. And I was like, my God, this is the same guy who 2 weeks ago jumped in and weighed in on the internal politics of Germany to support the far-right faction of German politics. So you are telling me not one single commentator, like it's such the natural thing to say, well, we don't know what was in his heart when he did it, but we cannot ignore the fact that 2 weeks ago this is what he did, and this is the richest man on planet Earth. And from all accounts, he is a man of great intellect who reads a lot. If he didn't consciously, intentionally do the Nazi sign, subconsciously that's what came out of him, and that should send a message to every single human being walking the face of the earth as to what we're dealing with here. That is the goddamn Nazi sign, and not a single American media house is prepared to say that's what that dude did.
What is even more frightening is that it was to stop Hitler crossing the Atlantic, knowing that if he had crossed the Atlantic, he had a lot of people who would have been willingly join him. To stop him crossing the Atlantic, an immense price was paid. You see?
South African apartheid lives, Miss Corey. It's back and it's more powerful than it has ever been. It's the revenge of the South African apartheid regime. That's what you have there in that guy.
Yes, definitely. But coming back to the lead quickly, we need to get serious. Money will not be there for the begging and for the supplementing of money misused and mismanaged. Otherwise, it won't be there. And we need to get serious on two matters: climate. And if nobody else speaks up, we need to lead this discussion, because we will pay the price. We will pay a price. And others will be paying the price along with us. We need to speak up. We need to speak up on Panama, because this country owes a debt to Panama. My father's generation, I live and survive because Daddy's generation was able to go and work in Panama. My grandfather went too. You know how many people ate because of Panama Mose? And then, as though that were not enough, Panama was standing at the front of aiding Belize in getting its independence. Is that right or wrong, Mose?
That's the history.
Yes. So somebody has to step forward. Belize can't be doing what the Caribbean likes to do, wring its hands, stand in the corner with the whether it could get out of it. We can't look for who and get out of it. Because when I get out of it, we will crawl on our debt. And if they cut off aid, when they come to you with aid, it will come at a high price. The price will be our life. That's the price at which they will give you any aid at all. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Corey. So, before we go to break, to our billionaire controller, shameful is that. If you want to look at what is shameful, shameful is that we now live in a world where we are normalizing the richest man on the planet, who has caused it up to becoming the co-president of the world's most powerful nation, in plain view of the entire planet, giving a Nazi salute. And there's nobody can tell me that that is not representative of that dude's worldview and value system. We go to 2 cents, not 2 cents, we go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to have traffic in the house, I believe. This is Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this Wednesday morning. All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on this Wednesday morning, 22nd January 2025. Telephone number, give me my phone over here, brother. Give me my house too. Telephone number 280-5848. Yes, brother there. Perry Stick Smith is here, which means that yes, we are back again. Yes. Happy New Year, brother.
Blessed New Year, blessed New Year. Blessed New Year's, Belize.
What do you want to know?
Well, you don't know. I got time with hot tub.
Whoa!
So the healing happening.
Whoa.
Yes, if I clip the smart, because he don't know in the January that he neighborhood.
All right.
Every January we go back where we started from, foundation, Dean Street. Understand me? And no exception this year, yeah? Dean Street. And it'll be this Sunday right here, the 26th.
This Sunday?
This Sunday, the 26th.
All right.
Yeah.
You're going to the day one.
Yeah, we're going from foundation, from birth.
All right.
But when the tragedy may happen, the massacre may happen because, brother, well, why we still do days of healing and why days of healing started? That because right there in a Dean Street, there are 4 gentlemen right there. They get killed. Ghost, Keno, Hyde, Long John, Throat Boss. The whole community, the whole country. We feel as though that man state sanctioned murder up to this day. You can't tell other people that the state never had nothing to do with their boy murder. Understand, man? The way how them murder me so gruesome and graphic, brother. Like, yo, we decided to do the days of healing, to bring out the people in that community, to try to give them back one sense of love. Try to take out some of the fear off of their thing. And it started from 2013 to there 2025, 12 years later, still going. Still moving, 91 days of healing when I'm there right now. Understand me?
91.
91.
All right.
And the only thing when we slow it down, and then 2 years of Corona. When we had their restrictions, we couldn't bring with people in together, we couldn't mobilize, we couldn't organize how we want. Understand? But out of that tragedy, they had 90 so far, 90 beautiful days where people come together, interacted in a love, peace, and harmony. Some people want to talk to each other for years, interact with each other.
But how much people you think get touched in 90 days? But how much
in 90 days of healing? Brother Mose, each day of healing is good for over 100 people. So 90 days of healing, you understand me? Yeah. You talk about over 1,000 people and better, brother, we touch by far. We have community members where not go in the communities because of certain stigmas. Oh, I had red, your community that blue, but they still cross that imaginary borderline.
No man, you talk about 9,000 people.
9,000. Over 9,000 people.
If every day there are 100.
Everyone. There are over 100 people.
That's mean 10 days. 10 days down 1,000.
1,000.
90 days about 9,000.
90,000.
You gonna hold bigger most village. You got a tongue.
Yeah.
You want tongue.
Yeah.
You don't touch your tongue.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Touch your tongue with over 9,000 individuals, are primarily people who are looked down upon, who are ignored, who have been treated as irrelevant and have been forgotten.
Yes.
And you have brought in that process along with others, let's just also mention, which you always do, about those who have been constantly supportive and involved in making sure that the event happens, right?
Yes.
I mean, all from foreign.
Yeah, you have people from foreign will look out.
Yeah.
The old lady and they have a brethren from out of Miami. Whenever he hear days of healing and thing, he chip in while he think towards the initiative. Just meet up with one sister right the other day. She said, man, Sticks, I hear about you. I had to come meet you since I come to Belize. Understand me? I said, if I know and I will help this initiative right here. I have my brethren, my big brother, Tim Stamp, every single day is a healing. For he hand the in it by default. There are people like Daryl Lavan. When it comes to Dean Street, they have to day in it by default. You understand me? Certain community members.
Timmy call. I have one set of my
yes, man, after, as I talk up the man name.
Hello.
Could I get in the show? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother. You're live on the show. I got you up on my cell speaker, so yeah.
I want to say God bless, man. Enough respect to my brother Sticks, man. Doing a wonderful job. You understand me?
Yeah.
And there's a healing or something where we need in our communities.
Yeah, you want to live long to make the man just don't know your name and right pan target you call in, so respect to that.
That's what I tell him, man. Keep up the wonderful work, man. You understand me? And I read the right side. And so thanks to you, you know, for the small support what they give out to the programs that we are doing, man, you understand me? But we want more people join.
So you still do your program, Timmy?
Yes, brother. We here to put up 12 evening in school, man.
So how long now you do that program, brother Timmy?
Hey, brother, for the past almost 30 years, man, thank God.
You realize that when you think of that Dean Street, that you business for there along with sticks, you know. So tell the man next time you have to.
Right, I can't. The man have to watch the shop.
You have to watch the shop.
The man have to watch shop. Then after that, you have to go to that tourist village, go grind again, then go back in a shop.
Huh?
I try to understand, man. So I have to take care of the business and things. You know,
I get it. I understand. Yeah, you are the what? One of, I don't know which are the next local vocal owner goes to the store. Which other one there? I don't know. You're the last Mohican. You're the last Mohican.
Kid outside too, man. We got Ben Grape and the kid outside there do a wonderful job.
Oh wait. Ripper?
Yeah, we got Ben Grape and the kid outside there just lost their dad, man. You know, my sympathy goes to the family.
Alright. So they still got one shop?
Yeah, they have an e-shop right now going on strong right now.
Do you realize that a lot of you know, in the country?
Yes, sir, that's true. We need more black entrepreneurs.
Alright, so you still get the support from the community, your store still?
Well, brother, you know, I can't stop the fight for true, you know, who job left, no man curse.
I hear you. So
you just have to.
So you want to in full Sunday?
Hey, all out.
All out. No Sunday, Saturday, no?
Sunday.
That's Sunday?
Sunday. Sportsman, I want to get the sports going on with the kids there. Yeah, that's my job, so I want to all out. And we invite everybody, please come out, man. This will be the biggest one, so please come out and give the need support. Yes, man, come out and give the need support.
Give thanks for the call to me. Good hearing from you every time. Yeah, man.
God bless, respect.
Yeah, man. All right, that was good. Good vibes. So the man says I'm be the biggest one here. Tell me where I want to happen come Sunday.
Well, you don't know what days are healing. We have to have food. We have to have food. Food are part of the healing. You understand me? Food are part of the energy, the vibe. You understand me? Because then when you have to eat a plate of food, you might end up to run your mouth. You're ready to run a race. You're ready to do this and that. You understand? So of course we have to have food. We look forward to Mr. Toxic Songs come out and make some nice if he big box thing. Because he like bring out a lot of big box to Mose. And if he community. Understand me? Say the way past some parts they come from states. Understand me? And once you get that in time, boom. But we look forward to Toxic Song coming out there. We're looking forward to some Belizean artists coming out, performing like Unlimited and a couple of others. Sting that. Understand me? We have sports, Dean Street. We don't have no park or nothing like that. So always we have Lee run race, sack race, lime and spoon and things for the kids there.
So they don't give you the...
We still wait for the street blockage.
Alright, so
we still wait for Mr. Gonzalez. So that one thing, from the inception of Days of Healing, we never had a problem with City Council blocking off our street for way. So we thank the City Council, we thank the traffic department every single time, Brother Mose, because they waive that fee. We don't have to pay that fee there. Because that one fee where would I take out to buy food. Understand me?
How not deal with it like how the water problem, like I passed through there yesterday on the water, the kind of high.
Well, today, Wednesday, by Sunday, that Palace, Cliff know the neighborhood. You might sit down there for only 2 days and think, but after that, you go back over there, man.
Providing that the weather...
Yeah, the weather hold up.
The weather hold
up.
Yeah.
Understand me? And even if the rain, the water still there, we are still work around that.
Yeah. Set up something.
We still do something. We still have to do something. Then kids want to lead run race, they lead sack race, they lead lime and spoon, they crocus bag race and thing.
So actually now, some of the kids there were me did the first one ever, now they turn.
That's why they were big, like Lee Scrub Board and Sube and them boy they.
No.
They used to, they know the run race and the sack race and the lime and spoon and they on the side. No, they know the big boys.
Oh, you see.
But even they still reach out and come out to the team.
Let me take this call. WB, good morning. WB, good morning.
Yes, good respect. Again, Brother Mose. I just want to give big respect. They say no wait till the Monday to tell us good.
Mm-hmm.
To attend bar the day of healing. He might know me from a distance. Aram Ramadan, the field Negro. He used to do that to his village with a brethren called Moti.
Yeah.
He know me.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's 19, but I'm not there due to my visual impairment. But respect to him and respect to Timmy Stam because everybody struggle for grassroots people. You know, we are not the kind of people who pretend. They're just a serious guys doing up for our people. You know, and last thing is an advice to my good brothers abroad in the U.S., those that live there and they might not find it comfortable to live there, come home. Because remember, Mutabaruka said, he not cool to live in a white man country too long. Respect, one love.
Yes, sir.
Yes, enough respect, brother. Yes, brother Mose. And we want to thank, we have to thank the zinc fence. Because the zinc fence always give us the space for allow people to know what happened. You understand me? Certain media houses used to give us the space, but then kind of they get bougie, they get kind of, you understand me? But when we link the zinc by, you don't know, country.
We're not going to choice, family.
So we appreciate that.
You got the music, you got the food, but then we just make we get to some fundamental that even though this thing happen and somehow every time, even though they struggle, you still find a way. When a little, you still make it happen, but it would be better if you had lot if you had more.
Exactly.
And at this point in time now, you're a proven, credible entity where they do this mad work. We want that this thing be, that every time you go down to the community, you get more lavish. Because then that will spread, that will make the healing become more robust.
Yes.
So, you know, I know that every day's a healing is extremely important to you, but the symbolic fact that this is where you start, this is where motivated, that the day one, the January, the Dean Street days of healing, got an actually meaning to you and the movement, right?
Yes, man, because like I said, brother Mose, one of the first days of healing may take place, and I just watch how the thing come together. And some of the same man there where we may label, society label the worst of the worst, Pat Cliff, they're right out there. Some of the same man, some of them dead right now, but them they're right out there. They smile and they laugh. That day, may they run up and down with the picnic then. That day, they jump in a sack with the picnic then. Understand me? And I watch it, I'm like, yo, just bring something in on me. I stood up out there, I cried. Right to Yaya, I said, Yaya, this thing you can't done. He said, what you mean, black man? You don't have a time limit? You don't have to lock off at a certain time? I said, no, yeah, you're not the type of the time when I lock off. I said, watch this vibe, watch this energy. Who may I think one community like George Street, at that point in time, being labeled the worst and worst gang neighborhood in Belize, may I even want something like this to have fun? And like I tell her, the gangsters then, the so-called quote-unquote gangsters, murderers, that then they run up and down like picnic. Understand me? Then when we take the energy into our next community, it just replicated like, yo, people just need that day to have fun. In every single community, you see that people just need that day to have fun. Yes, you pay if you go to a concert, you pay if you go to a show, this, that. But who to come in your community? Who to bring the concert to your community? Understand me? Make some nice to you. You smell food, they bubble up. You don't have to go in your pocket and pay for nothing. Who do things like this? Understand?
So just so people know some of the things that were essential, where I really want, and the high priority things so that they know when they could donate.
Yes, well, high priority basically that with food, with refreshments, with water, with ideals and things, the juices, with chicken, with rice, with beans, with seasonings, with cabbage, with carrots, with coleslaw, with mayonnaise, with barbecue sauce. Because we only stew chicken, we barbecue chicken. And any other meat what we get.
But once upon a time, Groove used to bring some fish.
We used to bring some fish, I don't know what's going on.
Because then we're going to talk against tilapia, and since then the man cut his style, I think that we're going on.
I don't know, what's going on, Groove Master?
He really drop off, you know, one time he used to make we get relief.
Underwater?
Yeah, that way, but that mean the fish today.
That mean fish today.
That mean fish today.
That's why they get that more fish to bubble up. Come on, Groove Master.
Step, watch out, man. You're slipping.
I call in the man stoop, yo.
Yeah.
I pull your coat for the man stoop this morning, brother.
You're the slipping,
Yes,
bro.
man.
I stopped giving me the cashew seed and so now. I don't know. I don't know. Once upon a time, we used to get really village wine. We don't get anything again. Cause all the man do, the man hardly gonna zinc again. That's the only Zoom. He don't left the village.
Yeah.
So he could send the fish if he can't come out.
Exactly. And we could pick it up right from bus. Right off a bus. I there on the boulevard.
I remember the time when we bubble off them fish there right Martins there.
Yeah.
But good boy.
I don't know what you're now.
But that way that mean though, you could donate something.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Donate some. You could donate one cake. You could bring some pastries and bring it out there. We there out there for morning time. You could bring out some Johnny cake, some powder bun. Trust me, the food not go to waste. And then the main thing to Brother Mose, that's not only the donation. I want those who do donate, come out and see where your money to go to. Even if you not donate, come out and interact with the thing. Because we not bar nobody. We not say, oh, you come from over, so you can't hang the jar street for days of healing. We want you come. We don't care what neighborhood you come from. We don't care what color you is. We don't care if you're white, you're Spanish, you're Mennonites, you're Turks. You understand me? We don't care if you're Muslim, Christian, you know, an atheist. Yeah, just come out, color, creed, class, religion, no matter to we.
And an important thing, I know that my memory is that the first one, or at least the first thing that used to happen was that I think you may be able to give Lee prizes for the races.
Yes, we was able to give prizes and
but that's hard for do.
That's hard to do. What we do, we still do give prizes. But one leave monetary prize. All right, one youth might come in first place, $2 for first place, $1 for second place. Run one next year race again, then run a different competition. Then at the end of all the events and things, you got somebody use them because you don't know. Why I look to get back in that sack race. Why I win $2? Why I run race no? Why I win $2? They add up their leave money and thing, you understand me?
So that brings us to the fact that while you accept items and so on, there's still a need for cash.
There's always a need for cash, but because then kind of, right now I never have one bicycle. You see me yesterday, I'm on a borrowed bike yesterday, you understand me? And usually I transport the chicken and whatever on bicycle, the rice and thing, bags after bags on bicycle. So we need transportation. And we have to pay taxi now for carry food in the area, you understand me? We need transportation sometimes to mobilize with artists because the artists who look for me straight up and tell me Sticks, you don't know, Father Sticks, we can't charge you. But at the end of the day, Father Sticks, we mash up right now. Make sure we reach out there, make sure we reach back home. All right, I got taxi fare for you, you understand me? You don't know when you come out here, your food, we got food, so we want to make sure we save on plate and put it on the side for you. Understand me? So we need money for transportation, we need money. Also, like I said, we give out cash prizes nowadays to the youths.
And if anybody want to donate some time for a Gamali pick up or so for help out, that used to happen too. Mr. White used to do that when he had
Mr. White used to do it. I have one brethren, Mr. Cano from up the Crewman Lagoon, Spanish brethren. Anytime he free, Mr. Cano, I call her, he can get me, drop me off. If I need him, he can pick me back up because we bring out some things out there where we have to carry back home. He can go pick me up, drop me off, hang out there, come back for me, bring me back home, you understand me?
Let's up to that, give thanks.
And seeing like we're in a high election time right now. High election time. I call out. Because then time they
We can take the call out?
Yeah.
WUB, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Brother Mose.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year. Brother Stick, morning.
Yes, sir, brother. I'm blessed.
Yeah, I want to put me down for a little pot of rice and beans, man.
All right.
That's for down from Olmex Eco Tours.
All right.
And also, if you have any, youths with skills to do a little carving or any little handwork, that goes a long way too, you know what I mean? Say, whoever maybe donated something, you could have a little few items there that they could sell and make a little money, you know? So that's a suggestion, because I know you always depend on the little donation and whatever, but any youths with little skill, make a little hat out of straw, you know, get a little piece of mahogany board and kind of carve it out, like a little bird or a little fish or whatever, and have a token, you know what I mean? Okay, say, I'll buy it for maybe a $5 or $10, and that goes towards the cause also, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But respect the works, Brother Stick. I heard Brother Stamp, enough respect to Brother Stamp. He's still holding the fort down. And to you, Brother Mose, I know we go way, way back. I'm going to tell my wife the other day, I remember when we used to have to wrap the aluminum foil around those big tubes downstairs, the crib way back in the day, to stay on the air. So we've come a long way, Brother Mose.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Yes, sir, brother. Like I said, Brother Mose, right now we're in a high election time, campaigning time, all of that. The campaign manager for Mr. Ellis, where they're running the Mesopotamia area, reach out to me and says, Brother Sticks, we got a lead donation, bring out one lead, create a chicken. Greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, I reach out to the opposition leader, Mr. Moses Barrow. Mr. Moses Barrow, because this is your community. And from the time you day and you sit down in that seat there, brother, all fun and jokes aside, enough time we reach out to you for donation. Never one time you drop nothing for days of healing. Never one time you give $1. $1 towards your community for one days of healing, brother. Understand me? Come on, bro. Give at least something, because I ain't seeing people who don't want to go vote for, who don't come march. They don't only give something. Come, Mr. Ellis, your campaign manager, Mr. Giovanni Brock, get in touch with me and tell me it'll bring out one creator chicken. Mr. Ellis will say that you'll have one days of healing. I mean, I appreciate that, Brother Mose, you understand me? Because then I wonder how I'll find this ballot to give him one letter to make you know the thing that happened.
So you're going to open an invitation to any and all political parties, candidates.
Brother Mose, if what I like said Jesus with the blonde hair and blue eyes, would I come and give me a donation? I say hallelujah. And if the devil with the horn and the tail and the pitchfork come and give me a donation, I take it for him too. Because I take it to give back to the people. I don't care why you want to do it. I know we need it. Understand me? I ain't afraid for ask you, I ain't ashamed for ask you. Close mouth no get fed. So we do call them out. Come out, interact with the people, brother.
And before we wrap up, obviously.
Yes, I know bash to try bash them. I just tell them come out and interact with the people, man.
Before we close, to other communities, the best thing for you to reach out to you early to organize so that
because we don't have some days of healing.
Your phone works, Sticks?
Yes, my phone works. Boss, I still got my phone up to now, surprisingly, as I said that. By more, not putting up on the phone. Because last time you doing me that, phone gone in, Cliff. I still got the phone, still got the same exact number. I got the same phone for a while now. Yeah. It crack up on her, but yeah, it's still the go. It's still the go. It's still the ring same number. 638-1550. 638-1550. Understand me? Like I said, Brother Mose, community members could link me ahead of time and we could sit down and we could organize one month because for now till April, we done booked up. After April, then we could start free up because we don't have February scheduling, we have March scheduling, and you don't know April like Easter, we have to do at headquarters. Understand me? After Easter, then time we could start penciling some different communities and things like that. Understand me? And then time like how you said that too. At the end of the day, brethren, sisters, I put in blood, sweat, and tears for this movement, sure. Over 12 years. Sacrificed a lot. Relationships, jobs. You understand me? So at the end of the day, I don't want nobody think they could dictate days of healing and what I do, how I do. Understand me? And then you could jump aboard one time and feel like, oh, you did it 90 times. You only did it one time. Understand me? And one time you did it, you feel like you did it the whole 90 times. Then when I tell you come out that this one, oh, I kind of afraid of that community today. Come on, man, we don't need to stop it, brethren. We don't know exactly who I talk to. Yeah. Now take my blood, sweat, and tears like the phone blood, sweat, and tears, breads. I appreciate everybody, anybody will ride with me, roll with me, and support this movement. But don't try to take it like that for you, because me never take it like that for me.
Well, that's it, Brother Sticks. Again, nothing but gratitude for the immense work you do and make that 91. Obviously, that's quite a level of consistency And so we respect it. Salute. I have to cut off my mic when I cough. Sometimes I forget to put it back on. But enough salute. This is the 91st, that this Sunday, Dean Street, by George Street there. And it start at what time?
9 till 6. And usually we go a little bit past 6 because the community don't want to go. We open back up the streets and things like that.
Police want us.
Well, police don't usually come out that days of healing. And if they do come out, we appreciate that too.
Right.
We also feed the police and things like that. We don't matter the who.
All right.
Understand me?
And again, you could call them on, or of course, if you don't know where the headquarters there for Days of Healing, Vernon Street, Zinc Fence Part 2, you can't miss it.
Can't miss it. Or if you're in the area, Dean Street, drop off whatever that's in the stamp shop.
Right.
Drop off whatever that stamp shop, we know greatly appreciate it.
Give thanks, always.
Yes,
yeah, man. We break and come back.
In Belize,
All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes, 8:45, Wednesday morning, 22nd day of January 2025. Mose Hyde in the house with you, coming to the closing chapter of the show. And of course, we still could handle a call or two if they're short at 280-5848. Those are the direct lines for you to participate in the conversation. And as always, we love when you link with we. We spent a significant, well, we haven't called. Krem, good morning, WB.
Yeah, Mose, before you move on to your next topic, right, Sister Corey was talking about global warming and changes. Well, last night and this morning there's been a historic moment on the Gulf of Mexico. It actually is snowing in the Gulf of Mexico by Louisiana, Mississippi, the Panhandle. It is snowing at this particular moment. So it's a historic moment in America when it comes to snowing on the Gulf due to global warming, sir. Anyway,
Well, apparently, we can no longer say Gulf. Well, I mean, it's a joke because it's a madman. It's the Gulf of America. What?
The Gulf of America, aka Trump.
They should call it the Gulf of Trump. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you.
Yeah, pick up.
Yeah.
Back to class, sir. You have a good day, sir. Yeah, it's snowing on the Gulf of Mexico.
Snow in the Gulf of Mexico, in the Gulf states. In the Gulf states. Yeah? All right. We hear you. Again, we spent a significant part of the first half of the show just going on the record, kind of refusing to just have, an atrocious, hideous killing of a young Belizean couple on the Philip Golson Highway near the Cookie Tree Junction, to just one another tally, one number, just one statistic, like, just murder 6 and murder 7, like, or murder 5, or whatever it is. We can't reduce it to just counting of bodies. I recognize that these are lives. And you have to recognize the gaping hole that's forever for a 10-year-old child. What a age for get up one morning and find out that your nuclear family has been blown up. Your mommy and daddy, where they provide you with support, with love, where they help you with homework in the evening, where you they go together and go here and there, like, gone. That's my goodness. My goodness. You can't just go on like that not happen. Even though we know we have lost so many, and even though we know that we've had our share of really horrible violence, every time it happens, we have to, unfortunately, confront it, label it, experience it as we can. We can't feel it like how the family feel it, obviously not. But we do it a disservice when we just normalize it. We do ourselves one disservice. We're going to take a final break and then come back.
When you bank your way, it's amazing how much time
All right, Billies, we are now going to close operations for WB at this point. For Wednesday, WB returns tomorrow morning at 6:30 for the Thursday morning edition of the show. As always, we acknowledge, salute, and express our thanks to the team, Larry G at Creme, the glue at XTV, Pacliff, and directing and switching this morning, Miss Krista Flowers. Hope you have a great Wednesday. As always, stand strong, stand firm. For now, we're gone!
Wake up, Billies. 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 Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect,